What's up, everybody? GeauxBurns giving my review on the latest DLC from Grand Theft Auto Online, the Freemode Events Update, which came out on September 15th, this past Tuesday, for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. Obviously, this is a very controversial DLC, so let's get into it. We're going to go over the pros, we're going to go over the cons, and then my final verdict regarding this DLC. By the way, let me know below in the comment section, what is your opinion, your 2 cents regarding this update? Did you love it, hate it, like some things, and disliked other things about Freemode events? Let me know below in the comment section. Now let's get to it, shall we? The pros, because believe it or not, there were some pros regarding this controversial update. For one thing, we did get a lot of new Freemode stuff to do for gamers and crewmates and friends who have been kind of bored with Grand Theft Auto Online. Several Freemode events. Some of them are good, some of them not so good. We'll get into that in a little bit. Plus 19 Freemode challenges. We got 2 new adversary modes. We got the Rockstar Editor and Director mode now added to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. There's also kind of a con with the Rockstar Editor. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Plus updates to Creator, a big pro. You can now stack and save props in the Creator, creating new awesome ramps and loops and platforms to create awesome races, death matches, captures, and LTSs. And there were a lot of very, very important fixes courtesy of the Freemode Events update, like the ability to hide all those blue job dots on the map. They're kind of annoying, and you kind of walk on one and you spawn into a job you don't want to do. You can now make them disappear, which is really awesome. And a whole bunch of brand new Pegasus spawn locations, as well as the big pro in my opinion, the Stallion roof issue has finally been fixed. You now have the ability to have the hard top or soft top Stallion. All you gotta do is take your Stallion into Los Santos Customs, go down to the roof section, and pick out the roof that you want for your ride. So that's definitely a big pro regarding this update, because that's something that a lot of gamers out there have been wanting for a very, very long time. And past several update reviews, I've mentioned the fact that the Stallion update had yet to be accomplished and fixed, resolved as a con. Now I can gladly put that in the pro category. Moving into the cons, because there are several cons concerning the Freemode Events update. For one thing, when it comes to these random Freemode events, the waiting is the hardest part, just like Tom Petty once said. It takes about 12 minutes for a new Freemode event to start. And there's some issues there. For one thing, you have to have enough people in the lobby in order to trigger a Freemode event. Plus, it may not be a Freemode event you want to play. It's very random. Some of them are hit and miss. You'll be patiently sitting in a lobby, having to deal with the other gamers who are trying to kill you for no reason, just to blow you up. And you're waiting for a specific Freemode event to pop up. Whether it's Hunt the Beast, Criminal Damage, Pinned In, and then once the Freemode event triggers, it's one of the other Freemode events you don't really care for. So it's very hit and miss. Some Freemode events are awesome, some not so much. So there's a lot of randomness there, and the waiting is, like I mentioned, the hardest part when it comes to the Freemode events, which unfortunately is going to lead to this novelty wearing off. After the event weekend, I think you're going to start to see less and less people interested in these Freemode events, especially after they finally got around to playing all of them. Once you've played Hunt the Beast once you've done Criminal Damage, once you've done Pinned In, and the few of the others as well, you may not feel so motivated, so driven to go back into a public lobby waiting, even if it is one of your favorite Freemode events. You could spend anywhere from 12 minutes if you're extremely lucky to hours and hours waiting for your specific Freemode event that you really want to play to spawn, and unfortunately it never does. Now, unless Rockstar finds a way to resolve this issue, maybe a voting screen where the Freemodes pop up and everybody in the lobby has 60 seconds to vote on the Freemode event they want to do, whether it's Hunt the Beast, Pinned In, Criminal Damage, etc. I just don't see how these Freemode events are going to have any real staying power. The novelty of these Freemode events is sadly going to fade away, because unlike missions and heists, you cannot go in and pick out a specific mission or job or deathmatch, capture, LTS, or heist, as I mentioned. You have to randomly wait for specific Freemode events to start in a 12+ minute period, based also obviously on how many people happen to be in the lobby, whether it's a public or invite session. The next con is directed at the Rockstar Editor and Director Mode itself. Now, I like the Rockstar Editor and Director Mode. I think it's an awesome addition to the game. And as a creator, as someone who likes to make content, I have enjoyed playing with it, but there are some cons to Rockstar Editor and Director Mode. Now, the problem is it's not going to appeal to everyone. Now, yes, a lot of people may jump into Director Mode as a quote-unquote sandbox for Grand Theft Auto 5, and it's a lot of fun to do. It's hilarious. It's crazy. But after a while, people may grow tired of getting into the director mode, especially since you can't bring your friends and crewmates into the director mode as well to have a little sandbox action. Now, Rockstar Editor, okay, it appeals to me, but it may not appeal to everybody else. The majority of the gaming community are not content creators. They love playing the game, they love watching YouTube videos, but they have no real interest in making content themselves. Now, obviously, the first few days, there's going to be passing interest, and you never know. Some people may be inspired by the Rockstar Editor and start making videos on their own. That's a big reason why I posted that Rockstar Editor tutorial the other day on my channel, was in the hopes of inspiring some of you to get involved in making video content, because it's a lot of fun and it allows you to get your creative juices flowing, but that's not for everybody. In fact, I would say that that is a minority of the Grand Theft Auto Online community. So unfortunately, that's going to be a passing fad for a lot of the gamers out there. They'll tweak with it, they'll play with it a little bit, but they'll get bored and they'll move on. Now, unfortunately, there is another con concerning the Rockstar Editor, and it was discovered by one of you guys. That's right, one of my viewers and subscribers. It's Don. He left a comment trying to figure out how to transfer video over from the Rockstar Editor to PC. And at first, I thought that you would be able to easily do it via PS4 because it does appear in the library on the PS4. But then he went and tested it. He said it didn't work. Then I went, grabbed my flash drive, and no, you cannot even grab the finished Rockstar video that you created that's in your library on the PlayStation 4 onto a flash drive, a USB drive, and put it on your computer. You can't do that. The only way you can send it anywhere is via the Rockstar Social Club or YouTube. Now, to make matters worse, Don tried to download the video off of his YouTube channel, but he discovered that the quality was rather low video-wise, which really sucks because I had a lot of fantastic, crazy ideas to use the Rockstar Editor in conjunction with my own video content in order to make videos for you guys. And unfortunately, as of right now, I cannot do that because the Rockstar Editor prevents me from doing some things that I'm able to do with other video editing software that's currently on my computer. So from a content creator's point of view, the Rockstar Editor is kinda useless, unfortunately. Yes, you can make some quick, short, funny videos, and you can post them up on YouTube, and you can also post them to the Rockstar Social Club site. But if I want to make something big and epic and like create like specific camera angles and then download that video to a USB drive or a flash drive and then edit it some more in one of my editing bays, then re-upload it, I can't do that because A, it's prevented on the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, and if I go the YouTube route by first transferring it to my YouTube channel and then downloading it that way, according to It's Dawn, the vid quality is rather low, so that kind of sucks. Alright, so the next con regarding the Freemode Events update is the controversy around this update, and it's unfortunate that this is a con, but it had to happen because of the limitations that the last-gen consoles have, the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. It is the first non-last-gen DLC to come out. Ill-Gotten Gains and Ill-Gotten Gains Part 2 might very well be the last DLCs that ever go on those consoles for Grand Theft Auto Online, unless, quote-unquote, meaningful update doesn't also apply to new vehicles, clothing, and weapons. Hopefully that's the case, but I honestly don't know. It was kind of a vague answer from Rockstar in that IGN interview. So that really does suck that the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 gamers are unable to enjoy some of the aspects of the Freemode Events update, but unfortunately their consoles are a decade old and there's just limitations that cannot be surpassed by all the programming in the world. The next con is the fact that the Freemode Events update came with no new weapons, clothing, vehicles, and we still currently only have 30 rides max capacity in our garages. But perhaps, just perhaps, we'll get another DLC within a few weeks. Maybe a Halloween DLC, Rockstar? That would be very, very nice. Now, the issue here concerning the clothing, the weapons, the vehicles, is that something that applies to the entire community. And I find it rather strange that the Freemode Events update had none of that, because that's how Rockstar makes money. That's how Take-Two Interactive makes money, via the shark cards, which people purchase in order to buy these new expensive vehicles, clothing options, and weapons. So technically, Rockstar is making no money off the Freemode Events update. And that's something else we have to bear in mind in this review, is the fact that this content is overall quote-unquote free. Meaning you don't have to buy the shark cards for any of the content that comes in previous or future DLCs. You can grind missions and heists and rack up the money in order to purchase said items that come with the game. So there you have it, my pros and cons concerning the Freemode Events update. The verdict is the Freemode Events brings in a lot of much needed fixes and improvements. Tweaks to the creator means more fun, crazy, silly, insane use created jobs, which is always awesome, but the Freemode Events and the 19 challenges, the 2 adversary modes, success, failure will depend on the gaming community and the fact that the Freemode Events take a while to spawn, they're random, not to mention the fact that these events are very undervalued, meaning the payout isn't very good. You end up spending a bit more money on weapons and ammo and Pegasus vehicles than you'd get even if you accomplish first, second, or third place in these various events. So the bottom line is the Freemode Events was a very controversial, mixed DLC, an interesting experiment by Rockstar nonetheless, and it was a bold one. And there's some things about the Freemode Events I like, and there's others I don't really care for, and I think that's the way everybody's going to feel about it. But at the same time, a lot of the things revolved around the Freemode Events and the adversary modes and the challenges are going to probably have very short-term interest from the Grand Theft Auto Online community, but at the same time, not all of these DLCs can be home runs.